opinions expressed on this show are those of the host and guests and not necessarily the opinions of the owners of Global Communications Network and the operators of this radio station.
Give me some straight talk, and hold the sugar, please. Straight talk, sounds plenty sweet to me. Don't talk to me in circles and some mumbo jumbo jive. Give me just straight talk, and we're gonna be alright. 'Cause I like to know just where I stand. I don't like guessing games, and I hate a bunch of gibberish. So just spit it out real plain. Don't use big educated words from your PS degree. Straight talk, don't try BSing me. Straight talk, turn it loose and let it go. You can tell me anything, just like on Oprah's show. Just tell me how you really feel, be on the open up. With questions I can understand, for answers you can trust. Pick up the phone, you're not alone, we've all got something to say. So listen in and listen up, we'll find a better way. With honesty and common sense, it's really hard to miss. Straight talk, just tell it like this. Straight talk, there's nothing like truth. Just tell me all your troubles, pretend I'm on a hill. So don't be shy, but we can talk, you know you got a friend. Call me, for some straight talking. Come on, let's talk turkey. Just straight and to the point. About passions, about problems, about noses out of joint. Now I want you all to know I care and I do understand. And hey, thanks for lending me an ear out there in Radio Land. Give me some straight talk, don't sugarcoat it, please. Straight talk, sounds sweet enough to me. But that's not to me and something no mumbo jumbo jive. Straight talk, and we're gonna be alright. Straight talk, makes plenty sense to me. Don't talk to me in circles and mumbo jumbo jive. Give me that straight talk.
Good afternoon, and welcome to our listeners out there. This is Straight Talk. I'm your host, Gregory Colley, along with my co-host, Martin Albury, and former Senator Derek Sims. We are broadcasting live on Global 99.5 FM from our studios located Shirley Street and Elizabeth Avenue in beautiful downtown Nassau in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Today's show is being brought to you by Doc's Pharmacy, located Robertson Road, by Master Assist, located Village Road, by Nature's Gifts, fresh roasted peanuts, located Market Street South, by Sammy's Chicken, 5 locations to choose from, by First Choice Appraisals and Sales, by Geneva Brass Seafood, located Eden Street off Farndon Road, and by the 6th Annual Bishop Edward Missick Memorial Back to School Fun Run Walk. To participate in our show today, you can call us at telephone numbers 326-0271, that's 326-0271, or 326-0272, that's 326-0272. You can also text us at 552-7902, that's 552-7902. We are streaming live at www.globalradio995fm.com. That's www.globalradio995fm.com. You can also watch us live on Facebook. Just search for Global Radio 995. Like us on Facebook. Send us your comments and we will respond live to your comments on Facebook. We want to say good afternoon to our producer and engineer, Nathan. Good afternoon, Nathan. And also want to say good afternoon to my co-host, Martin Albury. First of all,
good afternoon, and thank you very much. Beautiful Wednesday afternoon.
And to former Senator Derek Sims. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Bishop. Good afternoon, Bahamas.
Well, this is a beautiful day. Finally, we see government is putting its final finishing touches to the, I guess we will look at the full composition of the government structure going forward in the next 5 years. You see that today, all of the boards, most of them have been published in today's newspapers. They've been gazetted. And we're going to talk about that, along with also some other headlines. We see Mrs. Vasily. Miss Vasily. Okay. Sounds more like Vaseline.
Oh, Vaseline.
Vaseline. Miss Vasily. She is getting a retrial. As you know, she was convicted of the murder of her husband. And so the Court of Appeal has ordered a new trial for her, a retrial. And also tonight we expect to hear from the Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. He's going to address the nation tonight at 8 p.m. I think it is tonight.
Yes, it is.
And also headline: Minister won't meet with Davis. Says Mr. Davis, if you have evidence, call the police. Take it to the police. And what do you think about Mr. Wayne Monroe and his threats? We'll discuss that and more as we progress with our show today. Martin?
Well, good afternoon. This is Street Talk. There's a whole lot to talk about today on Street Talk. As you mentioned, Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis says he has absolutely no plans to meet with the opposition leader, Philip Brave Davis, on his threats or promises of political payback. And we discussed this matter on Monday on our show. And I told the listening audience some of the things that I believe Mr. Davis wanted to talk to Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis about. Because it appears as if the police, the Commissioner of Police, the Attorney General's office, and those who presented charges against at least two politicians appear to be going after the low-hanging fruit. And Mr. Davis, in all intents and purposes, is trying his best efforts to get the authorities to stop CIS from going any further. Because if you reach any higher for the high-hanging fruit, then we're going to have some problems. And then we heard Attorney Wayne Monroe, QC, also issuing threats. He has threatened to send the names of government officials and or Free National Movement supporters to the Commissioner of Police for investigation. This is a part of the assumed payback that Mr. Davis talked about earlier this week. If you dig one grave, dig two. And Donna Vasily, she's had her murder conviction overturned by the Court of Appeal, and a new trial was granted. Vasily was sentenced to 20 years in prison after a jury convicted her of the March 2015 murder of her husband, Australian podiatrist Philip Vasily. And if you look in one of the sections of this edition of the Nassau Guardian special, you'll see the boards and committees for 2017. The persons, their names are listed, who have been appointed members of statutory boards and committees for the period the 1st of July 2017 to 2018, unless otherwise indicated. So the names public of those who will make up the statutory boards and the committees And I can tell you that 10 members of parliament are heading some of those boards. I believe there are about 104 boards and committees that are listed in today's edition of the Nassau Guardian, in that special edition. And I believe that the work is incomplete. I also went through it very, very finely and discovered that the names of people appear on more than one board. We have very many people with the very same name. But that is for a further discussion. But I told you earlier, following the May 10th general election, the Prime Minister, Dr. Hubert Minnis, had a task to find 39 jobs. And it wasn't difficult, because every candidate, every member of parliament found something to do. And we're going to get into that in more detail. But as you heard earlier, Prime Minister Dr. the Honorable Hubert Minnis is scheduled to address the nation 8 o'clock this evening on national radio and television. A national address. What will we hear tonight from the Prime? What do you want to hear from the Prime Minister? What do you want him to concentrate on in this national address this evening? Well, so far, I've been on quite a number of tours of government, ministries, departments, and agencies over the past 2 months. He is now the captain of the ship of state. He has already gotten a good view of the state of affairs of the country. And he has discovered that there are many issues facing the country, the government, and the people of the Bahamas. And I believe that Dr. Minnis and his government are up to the task. But it's the people's time, they say. People are anxious. They heard a lot of talk during the campaign for the 2017 general election. The Free National Movement won the election overwhelmingly. Dr. Minnis and the Free National Movement is now in charge, and the people want action. And we should, and we must get some action. And what they're looking for is a plan of action from Dr. Minnis starting tonight. And when I turn on my radio and my television, God willing, at 8 o'clock tonight, Straight Talk wants to hear that Bahama is on target to be officially opened. More thousands more Bahamians can get to work. I want to hear that those hotels in Freeport, Grand Bahama, and the casino on the Lucayan Strip that has been closed for about a year now, that they have been sold, and that they will be getting ready to open soon. Because if the government can fix all of the problems in Freeport, the hotels, the casino problems in Freeport, the country will be well on its way in its economic recovery. I also believe that if there is anyone who can fix these massive economic problems facing the nation, facing the second city, Freeport, Grand Bahama, facing the islands of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, I believe the doctor can. Straight Talk wants to hear more about airlift to Grand Bahama, airlift to New Providence, and the family of islands. You know, we are known the world over as a tourist destination. Other nations learn from the Bahamas. Tracked how to take care of visitors. We are #1 for quite a while. And we could argue that the Bahamas has lost its way. But yes, we have been the envy of the world for a long time. And so we need to get back on the top. If there was some slippage, we need to regain our composure so that we can get back to where we belong. And yesterday, the Prime Minister, along with an entourage, they toured the Atlantis facilities on Paradise Island. And yes, the Prime Minister was elated. He learned about all of the plans that Atlantis has for phase 4 of its development. And he saw and touched and tasted how the Atlantis destination is infusing Bahamian food, art, and craft into that mega resort. They are now bringing in Bahamians to run their own businesses at Atlantis. And then Straight Talk wants to hear the government's latest plan in the fight against crime, because too many murders are occurring and it's time for intervention. And Dr. Minnis has already told us generally that his government will allow the police to do their work. And his government will allow the chips to fall where they may, especially in connection with alleged corruption. And it is rife. And every day something else is coming to the forefront about the previous administration. And I told you earlier, the leader of the opposition, the interim leader of the Progressive Liberal Party, Philip Brave Davis, is trying to get a meeting with the Prime Minister. But last night, Mr. Minnis, while he was in Atlantis Resort, told the news people that he will not meet with Philip Brave Davis because Philip Brave Davis knows his cell phone number, knows his office number, and he knows where the office is if he wants to meet with the Prime Minister on any matter. But somehow, Mr. Davis wrote a letter to the Prime Minister on July 18th, and this was supposed to be private, Mr. Davis. Any letter that you wrote or have written to the Prime Minister should be private. But I got a copy on a Sunday evening while in Grand Bahama. How did that copy end up in my possession? They tell me it was leaked. Well then, I don't think Mr. Davis wanted to have a private meeting with the Prime Minister, because everything he wanted to discuss, I read it for myself. And the Prime Minister spelt the word yesterday. He wanted to say no, he's not meeting. And he said the spelling of the word was NPO. Now I need to know what the N stands for, what the P is for, and what the O is for. No is either KNOW or NO. But Davis wants to meet with the Prime Minister to stop what the PLP is calling witch hunting. And Dr. Minnis says there will be no meeting, my brother, and he has no concern about political payback. And Straight Talk from the Prime Minister tonight, what the government has planned for the youth of the nation. You tell me the youth of the nation is your future. And we need to know what does says the government concerning the youth of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. So God willing, 8 o'clock tonight, I want you to be in front of your television or listening to your radio. You want to have a national address party? Call me and tell me what it's going to be. Because I want us all to pay attention to the national address by Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis tonight, so that we can all know what thus says the Prime Minister as to where it's headed. Thank you very much.
All right,
Let's get this show started.
Yes, let's get the show started. And you heard report from my co-host Martin Aubrey, the things that we're expecting tonight in the Prime Minister's address. As you know, Martin, we just came from the second city, Freeport, Grand Bahama, and we see quite a bit of destitution, a lot of hopelessness, a lot of businesses that lie in ruin. And once again, said while we were there, you know, there was a fire at the Rand Memorial Hospital in the kitchen that was confined to the kitchen, and we thank God that it was not worse. And but we saw some positive signs as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Some buildings were being restored, some new construction going on. We looked at the high school that is being constructed, and we saw folk working on Saturday.
Yes.
It appears that some things are
all
happening.
Is not lost.
Yes.
Grand Bahama is not dead.
Mm-hmm.
But somebody told me last night it's on life support.
It's on life support.
Yes. It can be resuscitated.
And it looks like the prognosis is good. Things appear to be stabilized. But we need to see some greater movement in terms of economic activity. I think one of the things that folk are counting on would be the reopening of the Lucayan Hotel, the sale of that property. As you know, from the time that was imploded, the old property, and that one was built there, it's been kind of iffy. Things have not really paid off in terms of economic dividend to the island as it was expected. Hutchison Whampoa is the one that purchased and built that new facility. So we're looking forward, and I pray and I hope that something happens within the next year.
Yes,
that'll give some new life, some new blood to Grand Bahama. That we can get some of the persons who are now crowded into New Providence repatriated to Grand Bahama. New opportunities. I was happy to see graduates from. I can't remember the name of the school, but by Dr. Dressel Forbes.
Reeves College.
It wasn't Reeves.
Okay, all right.
BTI.
Bahamas Business Institute.
Yes. The graduates were optimistic.
Mm-hmm.
The only problem is we hope that they are able to find meaningful jobs that will give them employment, so that they'll be able to support and sustain their families and continue to the growth of Grand Bahama. So we're optimistic. We're hoping that things so that the Prime Minister makes some announcement that will give hope to those persons in Grand Bahama. We know that over the past couple months, the former minister has been saying that all is well in Grand Bahama, but we see from what we were able to witness by our own investigations that, like I said, while it may be on life support, the prognosis is that things have stabilized and it only could get better from here going forward.
Well, it's my hope that at 8 o'clock tonight, the citizens of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas will tune in to the first national address by the Prime Minister. Let us hear what he has to say and see how we can best accommodate it happening.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, this is Straight Talk with your host, Greg Colley, Martin Aubrey, and former Senator Derek Sims. We're going to open up our phone lines when we come back, and you are able to participate and give us some feedback. What is it on your mind today? What your thoughts are on the newly announced and published gazetted boards and committees for 2017, as well as the request by the leader of the opposition, Brave Davis, the Prime Minister has indicated that he does not intend to meet with Mr. Davis. If Mr. Davis has information, he should go to the police. We also know that the former candidate for Freetown, Wayne Monroe, is also saying he's compiling a list of F&M persons who is selling up information. I suppose that same directive should be given to him, that if he have this list, report it to the police and let the law take its course. And so, give us your comments. This is Straight Talk. We're coming back after we hear from our sponsors.
There is only one pharmacy in Nassau that never says no and offers you great service. Doc's Pharmacy in the Ridgeland Mall for all of your pharmaceutical and prescription needs. At Doc's Pharmacy, great service is more than just giving prices. Filling your prescription is easy. Just call 322-3627 today. Doc's Pharmacy in the Ridgeland Mall, Robinson Road. The pharmacy that never says no.
For fast and efficient appraisals of homes, vacant land, and businesses, your choice should be First Choice Appraisal and Real Estate Sales. Contact broker appraiser Gregory Colley for all your real estate sales and appraisals. Call 422-3010, 565-8896, or 341-0582 for listings of vacant land, residential and commercial properties, and all your appraisal needs.
LRD Construction has a proven track record as a general building and construction company. Its remarkable team is ready to provide quality and proficient service on projects big or small. LRD Construction can handle large commercial sites, new homes, apartments, condominiums, townhouses, home improvements, renovations, additions, and alterations. Call LRD Construction at 327-3769 or 433-6166. Westwinds, Love Beach. That's LRD Construction.
It's a family affair, an event you don't want to miss. Yes, it's that time of the year again for the 6th annual Bishop Edward Missick JP Memorial Back to School Fun Run Walk. It's on Saturday, August 12th at 6 a.m., beginning at First Holiness Church of God, Bamboo Town. This exciting event has been going on for the past 5 years. There will be health screening following the race, and trophies will be awarded to the top male and female finishers in each age division. This year's grand prize is a $250 travel gift certificate. For more information on the 6th annual Bishop Edward Missick JP Memorial Back to School Fun Run Walk, contact race organizers at 341-0582, 424-0594, or 395-4656. We want to see you at the finish line.
The best tasting roasted peanuts in the whole wide world are Nature's Gifts Roasted Peanuts. Proprietor Derek Sims applies his personal touch by roasting peanuts to perfection. Get your peanuts in light, medium, and dark. Call 431-7710 to place your order. Nature's Gifts Roasted Peanuts on Market Street and Bacardi Road. Peanuts!
Extra, extra, read all about it. Sammy's Chicken, $5.99 special.
Sammy's Chicken does it again. For a limited time only, it's the $5.99 Thigh Snack Special.
I tell you.
Sammy's $5.99 Thigh Snack Special comes with a 12-ounce Coke, that included.
See, I don't lie.
For a limited time only, Sammy's Chicken, Robinson Road, Carmichael Road, East Street South, Farrington Road, and the newly reopened Prince Charles location. Sammy's Chicken.
Want to reach your target audience? Advertise here at Global Radio 99.5. We hit the mark every time. This is Straight Talk with Gregory Colley. Call in and participate at 326-0271 on Global Radio 99.5 FM.
I want to say good afternoon once again, and if you're just joining us, this is Straight Talk, and this is Global 99.5 FM. I'm your host, Gregory Colley, along with my co-host, Martin Albury, and former Senator Derek Sims. Our phone lines are open, 326-0271, 326-0271, 326-0272, 326-0272, or you can WhatsApp or text us at 552-7902. That's 552-7902. Gentlemen, we have had so far in the boards. We have 10 member parliaments heading government boards. Martin, you want to give us the details on
well,
those?
the government, as I told you, it wasn't going to be difficult for the Free National Movement government to find things for most of, if not all, of its candidates in the last general election. But 10 members of parliament are now appointed to head government boards. And among them is Centerville Member of Parliament, Reese Chipman, who is the chairman of the Antiquities, Monuments, and Museums Corporation. The Fort Charlotte Member of Parliament, Mark Humes, is now chairman of the Bahamas Agricultural, Health, and Food Safety Authority. Mike Carl, Member of Parliament, Miriam Emanuel, is now the chairman of the Bahamas Agriculture and Industrial Corporation. Fox Hill Member of Parliament, Sean L. Ferguson, is the chairman of the Clifton Heritage Authority. Golden Isles MP,
Golden Gates.
Golden Gates MP, Michael Folks. Golden Isles is a member of
Golden Isles is your former colleague.
Miller, yes, okay, but it is a constituency.
Yes,
I just will make sure I call a name of a constituency.
Yeah, it's the right constituency, but the wrong.
Michael Folks is in Golden Gates, and he's now chairman of the Education Loan Authority. And I see where Central and South Eleuthera MP Hank Johnson is chairman of the Road Traffic Authority. Pine Ridge MP Frederick McAlpine, chairman of the Hotel Corporation of the Bahamas. And the St. Barnabas MP Shannon Dawn Cartwright is the chairman of the Public Parks and Public Beaches Authority.
Oh, that's a hot one.
And yes, and we were told early on that Long Island MP Adrian Gibson was appointed chairman of the Water and Sewage Corporation. North Eleuthera Member of Parliament Ricky Mackey, chairman of Nassau Flight Services. And the former National Insurance Board chairman Algernon Cargill.
Well, that's incorrect. Former National Insurance Board director. Yeah.
Not managing director, not chairman.
Not chairman. He was director.
Okay. Well,
that's an error by the Nassau Guardian and
or
the reporter, whoever.
Or somebody made the error.
Yeah.
Cargill is now chairman of the
former chairman was Patrick Ward.
Okay. Mm-hmm. But the big story is that 10 members of parliament are now the chairpersons of boards, statutory boards appointed by the government.
Mm-hmm. And you also have former Speaker of the House of Assembly, Italia Johnson. She is chairperson of the National Council on Older Persons.
Well, whilst we're doing that, I'd like to take a moment to congratulate Mr. Rowe for being promoted to a full minister. Brentford Rowe.
Has that been announced?
Who is now the minister of, I think, National Insurance.
Wow. Congratulations.
And then, I think we're carrying this witch hunting a little bit too far. And the clergy, in my view, needs to be the clergy. All right? The Christian Council is concerned about appearance of witch hunt. In my view now, this is only my view. Okay? Let the Christian Council declare the word of the Lord. Thus said the Lord. That's the purpose and the mission of the Christian Council, is to guide this nation back to its spiritual roots. And my opinion is they should stay out of politics. Leave the politics to the politician. Let's separate state and government. There's some things we got to get right now. And I suggest we begin with that. Christian Council, deal with your business. Government, deal with your business. Because I don't know which witch hunt they're talking about. All the witch hunting that was going on for years in the Bahamas. Okay? All the brooms that was sweeping throughout the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Now, everybody got tongue. Everybody want to talk. I say, shut up.
Well, I'm not certain that they're going to go off that easy, because there are some, and they are among us, who are watching and waiting. They've already seen 3 former politicians arrested by the police, taken into custody, questioned, and of the 3, 1 was released without charge. 2 have been charged and are on bail for, in one case, Frank Smith, facing 15 charges of extortion.
Yeah, but why else we on that?
In the other case, Mr. Kenred Dossett, a former minister of the previous government,
Yes.
facing 9 charges of extortion, bribery,
answer
and
me,
misconduct.
Answer me, Mr. Aubrey. How does that become a witch hunt
gonna-
for the police
I'm going to tell
doing
you.
their job?
I'm going to tell you where I see the president, the new president of the Bahamas Christian Council headed. And he's following in the footsteps of one, Mr. Philip Brave Davis. And he's also looking at some things that Mr. Wayne Monroe, QC, has had to say, and also Mr. Damian Gomez. These are the attorneys for the 2 people I'm talking about. One, the attorney for Frank Smith, the other attorney for Kenred Dossett.
Yes.
And what they are saying is that on the face of it, these charges that they're being faced with, their clients, are, in their view, trumped, and that they are being paraded before the courts in public, handcuffed, as a means of. Can I just tell you what the people are saying?
Yeah,
Then you
go
can
ahead.
respond.
Go ahead.
Now, which people you talking about?
No, these same people are talking about.
Go ahead.
Who?
Go ahead.
The ones who are supporting them, or the ones who are defending them.
Go ahead.
I don't have many. I don't have many of them.
Well,
Listen to you.
listen. They say they're being paraded in the public in handcuffs, and that's the end. You're all about destroying a political party, not really trying to jail anybody. And that is why Mr. Philip Brave Davis says he wants to meet the Prime Minister, Dr. the Honorable Hubert Minnis, to stop the witch hunting.
Senator Sims, you alluded to pastors and preachers staying within their calling and so forth. Can you be a little bit more specific as to what
I think
you were
state
alluding to?
and government have 2 different responsibilities altogether. When the Christians,
You mentioned the Christian Council.
yeah. See, because it is the president of the Christian Council, okay, who says he's concerned of witch hunt. Okay, and so I'm wondering, you see, if the Lord,
I see. You have a problem with him echoing what has been said by a politician.
you see, if the laws are being carried out, okay, the laws of the Bahamas,
Let me see if I can find that story.
you see,
Yeah, go ahead.
the laws of the Bahamas the police, okay, has a right to do proper investigation. Just for example, if son or my son or somebody else's son, they take him to court and handcuff.
Right.
So if the police, in my view, arrest any other citizen should be paraded in the same fashion. I understand it's a privileged society. Some of us think we better than others.
Yeah, but you know, in furtherance to what you were saying, what concerns me is the utterance by the leader of the opposition when he uttered his pronouncement saying that ministers who collected money while leading up to the general election, they could have been collecting monies on behalf of the political party. I found that to be very, very much of a bunch of nuisance. That utterance by the former deputy and the current leader of the opposition to be outrageous, and to seem to suggest that you would never be able to find a politician or a minister in a compromising position, so as if he would accept that as being reasonable, that if he was receiving monies while he is a minister of the government, collecting that on behalf of a political party. Well, everybody knows where the political organization's headquarters is. If you want to give money, why would you want to place that directly in anybody's hand?
I don't know what the deputy prime minister.
He's trying to make sure, he's trying to put doubt in people's mind. And look, and you see that again, what irks me is that people that politicians elevating themselves to being above the law.
Well, that's the way it used to be. But I talked a couple of weeks ago about...
And that they could never do any wrong.
About the Bahamas, okay? I'm coming to a realization that this is a new global community, but more...
As a matter of fact, I find that insulting.
But it is true. But what takes place in the Bahamas goes around the world. That is true.
It's a global thing.
Absolutely.
That is true.
We are a global community.
Yeah, that's
we are
true.
part of a global community.
So whether it's good or bad, whether it is a minister of the government or previous or former who is being seen with his handcuffs or either in front or behind the back or in shackles being paraded before the court on charges of bribery or extortion or misconduct of public office, authority, that goes everywhere you can imagine.
Well, the point I'm making is, the point I'm making is we're in a new millennium, okay? This is the generation of the new millennium, okay? And if you don't start to set the ship of the Bahamas on the right course now, then when will it be brought back on course? The millenniums, I think that's what they call them?
Yeah.
Yes.
The millenniums if not involved, more involved than they are now, because the baton of the Bahamas, the baton of the Bahamas is not going to stay in Hewitt Minnis's hand or Brave Davis' hand, but the baton of the Bahamas must be passed on to the new millennium, whether we want to realize it or not. They are the future. They are the directors of the new Bahamas. That's all I'm saying.
Let me go back to what the leader of the opposition said, and what brings to my mind is, do you remember at the public inquiry, the disclosure, the commission of inquiry, who was the lead attorney for Mr. Pinlin at the commission of inquiry, the 1992 one?
Was it Perry Gladstone Christie?
The very same.
Yes.
Perry Gladstone Christie. It was found by the commission that Mr. Pinlin had so much money in his bank account.
Yes.
And the money was allegedly supposed to be earmarked for the Progressive Liberal Party. Well, Mr. Christie came up with a very, very ingenious explanation as to why Mr. Pinlin had all that money on his account. He said the money was given to the Progressive Liberal Party, but the Progressive Liberal Party and Lyndon Pinlin was one. You see that same kind of insulting explanation that Brave Davis trying to put on the Bahamian people, that if the minister collected money half of the Progressive Liberal Party, not that he was taking any bribe.
Yeah, but you see, what you're then setting up, is you're setting up, in my view, this is only my view, the millenniums
Yes.
to act in same fashion and same manner.
Or worse.
And that is why the corrective measures. And now that is why there is no witch hunt.
Well, that is
Okay.
why Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis says he's dealing and concentrating on anti-corruption legislation. But before the legislation comes to Parliament, debated and passed, they are exposing corruption, alleged corruption. And those in the opposition and others, who, as I said earlier, are looking at these cases as being witch hunting because they are saying it is all about a facade,
Yeah, but,
a parade
but used to.
that is going to just expose these people
But it's about time.
to what they are describing as a tactic to destroy a political organization.
I don't know.
That is where they're taking it.
I don't know. This
That's where they're taking it.
I said last week when I
That's
was
exactly
here,
where they're taking it.
I said last week that some heads were going to roll. Not one, not two, not three, not four, but more than a handful of heads will roll if the police does the investigative. What's the right term? Let me rephrase that.
Yeah.
If they do the investigation,
Yes, they probe the allegations and gather information, and if in their view they determine that they have enough information to bring charges
yes,
against someone,
then let it
then they
fall.
pass that on to the Attorney General's office.
Because if Mr. Minister of Garbage,
Yes.
okay, for example, it's facts that the Minister of Garbage was involved in, I think we call it skullduggery,
Mhm.
okay, then that will be revealed to the court. Then the court makes that decision. If the chairman of the hospital authority
Mhm.
was in skullduggery, then the court would make that decision, not the prime minister. Okay, and so that's why I think the whole thing is running out of course, because they're saying this is the prime minister's mission. No, these are the laws of the Bahamas which have been violated, and which the police feels there is sufficient evidence for prosecution. Where there is not sufficient evidence for prosecution, there will be no charges made. Now I ask you a question. I ask the Bahamian public a question. Has there been any charges made?
Well, I guess the answers are clear.
Then answer the charges. Let's go to court. And let's say the Veen Monroe, QC, the words of, what a fella name now? The Junkanoo fella.
Dr. Off.
Dr. Off. Take that mess from off the wall. Okay?
Mhm.
Give the baby back its ball. Okay? You know what I'm talking
And the
about.
baby in this
Well.
case would be the Bahamian people.
Well,
You,
that's how we look.
you referred to the Christian Council President, Bishop Delton Fernando, expressing his concerns about the appearance of witch hunt in
Yes.
these cases. Well, Mr. Fernando, Bishop Fernando, is saying process and the administrative justice must always be seen by all to be fair and balanced. And this being said, he applauded the government on its stance against corruption, but advised the government, along with civil society, that there are some other tools that are at their disposal that can be used so that they can remove the appearance of a witch hunt. Here's where he's going. He then pointed to the use of a commission in order to handle corruption cases.
See, commission as evidence of past does not result in prosecution. because we have had commission of inquiries which found wrongdoing. Now you tell me where the prosecutions were.
To remove the semblance or any recognition or appearance or apparent.
How would the commission?
Apparent.
How would the commission solve that?
He says.
How would that commission?
He says you will take away.
How would the commission
You will
solve
take
that?
away witch hunting
How?
because.
But there is no
commission-
witch hunting.
Wouldn't it be the
The
same
commission-
people that you would single
The
out?
commission will then be able to call for people and
People and
papers
persons and
to sit
papers.
from place to place,
And the court wouldn't have that same
and
opportunity?
you don't have no charges.
No, they
Is
got
that
to
what
be
we want?
charged.
You have
You
no
see?
charges.
Is that what we want?
Well, I'm saying
No. Okay. Let's
the
go to the next.
president
Let's
of
go
the
to
Christian
let's go to
Council.
let's go to the next remedy he suggests.
Yes,
Because
What
that
was
one does not hold any water.
What is the other one?
Did he suggest another one?
Oh no, he says as opposed to taking them to court, take them before a commission.
Well, the Bahamian people have already decided.
No, you
that's
take
a
my
waste-
child
that's a
before
waste-
the court.
That's a waste
You take
of time.
other people's
waste
child
of
before
money,
the court.
Waste
These-
of time, waste
these-
of money, and it results to nothing.
See, these people.
Well, it doesn't embarrass people, but that's about it.
No, but you see, the point we are missing is these people
Mhm.
have a privilege, okay, that was granted to them from the citizens of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas,
Mhm.
okay, and they have an inherent responsibility. It's a responsibility
Mhm.
for them.
But we've picked that one apart. That we plug hole into that. That one does not hold. Does he says anything else?
That's what he says. Don't take them to court.
No.
Take them before a commission of inquiry.
No. That we've had three of them. One during the, I believe, is during the UBP. Two. One under the Progressive Liberal Parties. One under F&M's term, which has resulted in nothing.
Nothing.
So we've decided that those are ineffective and not good solution to where the Bahamian people want to go.
I say that the police do their investigations. And last week when I was here, I said
You don't take ordinary citizens before commissions.
Yeah.
They go before the court.
last week.
And you see, that's another thing we're trying to inculcate into people's mind, that politicians are above the law. There is only one law.
But you see, before the politician became the politician, okay, who was he? He was just like you and me.
Well, I
Okay.
don't believe he's ever like you and me.
Or maybe not. You see, but then we elevate them, okay?
Well, as I said earlier, I believe that the leader of the opposition, Mr. Philip Brave Davis, was trying to get a meeting with the Prime Minister, Dr. Hubert Minnis, based on all of these allegations of abuse of privileges and misuse of public funds, corruption in this ministry, in the next department and agency, so that they can remove any doubt from these things.
But before I just want to say, and I want to make the position clear of Straight Talk. We took former Prime Minister, the Right Honorable Hubert Alexander Ingram, to task when he suggested that once you
Win the
lose
election,
office,
when she lose the election,
that's sufficient, sufficient punishment for you. We vehemently disagree with his view. He said, no, sir, it doesn't stop there. We cannot continue to reward people when they plunder, misuse, and abuse their privilege and their power.
he wanted to tell the Prime Minister, he still wants to tell the Prime Minister that you have picked enough low-hanging fruit and you should not attempt to reach any higher.
Oh, we're going higher. We're going higher.
This is what it's all about.
No, we got to go higher.
This is what it's all about.
We got to go higher.
You should
Because-
desist
No.
from reaching for any high-hanging fruit.
We must move to higher ground. If we're going to do and protect the Bahamian interests,
It is time to clean up the nation.
yes.
It is time.
We know we are historically a nation of piracy and we like to plunder.
Let the chips fall where they may.
This is Straight Talk, and we want to welcome you once again. We're coming back. Our phone lines are open. If you disagree with us, let us hear from you. If you have your other points of view, we also want to hear from you. We are discussing various issues. You have any views on the boards that have been announced? And we're going to make some pronouncements when we come back. This is Straight Talk.
A former leader once said, prosecute the backsides and send them straight to jail.
Yeah, that word, those comments got that leader very unpopular, and they used it against him, and he was never able to ascend to the level where he ought to go.
Yes, sir.
This is Straight Talk. We're coming back
My.
after we hear from our sponsors.
Straight Talk. Read all about it. Sammy's Chicken $5.99 special.
Sammy's Chicken does it again. For a limited time only, it's the $5.99 thigh snack special.
I tell you.
Sammy's $5.99 thigh snack special comes with a 12-ounce Coke, that included.
See, I don't lie.
For a limited time only, Sammy's Chicken, Robinson Road, Carmichael Road, East Street South, Farrington Road, and the newly reopened Prince Charles location. Sammy's Chicken.
The best tasting roasted peanuts in the whole wide world are Nature's Gifts roasted peanuts. Proprietor Derek Sims applies his personal touch by roasting peanuts to perfection. Get your peanuts in light, medium, and dark. Call 431-7710 to place your order. Nature's Gifts roasted peanuts on Market Street and Bacardi Road.
It's a family affair, an event you don't want to miss. Yes, it's that time of the year again for the 6th annual Bishop Edward Missick JP Memorial Back to School Fun Run Walk. It's on Saturday, August 12th at 6 a.m., beginning at First Holiness Church of God, Bamboo Town. This exciting event has been going on for the past 5 years. There will be health screening following the race, and trophies will be awarded to the top male and female finishers in each age division. This year's grand prize is a $250 travel gift certificate. For more information on the 6th annual Bishop Edward Missick JP Memorial Back to School Fun Run Walk, contact race organizers at 341-0582, 424-0594, or 395-4656. We want to see you at finish line.
LRD Construction has a proven track record as a general building and construction company. Its remarkable team is ready to provide quality and proficient service on projects big or small. LRD Construction can handle large commercial sites, new homes, apartments, condominiums, townhouses, home improvements, renovations, additions, and alterations. Call LRD Construction at 327-3769 or 433-6166. West Winds, Love Beach. LRD Construction.
For fast and efficient appraisals of homes, vacant land, and businesses, your choice should be First Choice Appraisal and Real Estate Sales. Contact broker appraiser Gregory Colley for all your real estate sales and appraisals. Call 422-3010, 565-8896, or 341-0582 for vacant land, residential, and commercial properties, and all your appraisal needs.
There is only one pharmacy in Nassau that never says no and offers you great service. Doc's Pharmacy in the Ridgeland Mall. For all of your pharmaceutical and prescription needs. At Doc's Pharmacy, great service is more than just giving prices. Filling your prescription is easy. Just call 322-3627 today. Doc's Pharmacy in the Ridgeland Mall, Robinson Road. The pharmacy that never says no.
Want to reach your target audience? Advertise here at Global Radio 99.5. We hit the mark every time. This is Straight Talk with Gregory Colley. Call in and participate at 326-0271 on Global Radio 99.5 FM.
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Greg Colley, along with my co-host, Martin Audrey, and Senator Derek Sims. And this is Straight Talk, and we're coming to you from Global 99.5 FM, today's hits and yesterday's favorites. Global 99.5 FM. Well, we're going to put a question to our listeners this afternoon, and we want you to respond. The president of the Bahamas Christian Council has called for an alternative means of dealing with politicians, former members of parliament, ministers who may have fall of the law or may have a perception of corruption, that he is suggesting that we use the Commission of Inquiry route or some other commission to deal with them rather than taking them to court. Do you agree or disagree with the suggestion made by the president of the Christian Council? We want to hear from you. 326-0271, 326-0271, 326-0272, 326-0272, or you can WhatsApp us at 552-7902, 552-7902. Let's hear from you. Do you think the suggestion made by the president of the Christian Council is a good one, that we should cease from arresting and charging former ministers before the courts, former member of parliaments for the court, or should we use the commission of inquiry route? Let us know what you think.
Well, the Bahamas Christian Council President, Bishop Delton Fernando, saying yesterday that the council supports the police's anti-corruption investigations, but advised that the government ought to utilize other tools to remove the appearance of a witch hunt.
Okay, we have a caller in line. Let's go to the phone lines. Welcome, Straight Talk. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. This is Straight Talk. Let us get it straight to the point. The last commission inquiry we had when the former Prime Minister, the Right Honorable Hubert Alexander Ingram, at the end of the whole fiasco, he said nobody will get punished. Nobody gets nothing. So what happened? He must just have a commission inquiry, let it go, and the public place goes to waste like that. No, I say no. Let the tips fall where they may. Even if it's where the current cabinet minister is going to do wrong, let the tips fall where they may. We have to leave suffering too long. And if it's good for Harry, then it's good for John. Amen?
All right.
Amen.
Yes,
Thank you very much.
yes, sir.
All right. Thank you for your contribution. It's a text here said the duplicitous Christian Council appears to be controlled by the corrupt PLP party. Christian Council concerned about the parents of witch hunt.
I wasn't suggesting that, what I'm really saying, and I probably wouldn't say it correctly, but righteousness exalts a nation, eh?
Okay.
And sin is a reproach to any people.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And if we now must find a shelter for sin, then where is our righteousness, I ask the Christian Council's president?
Well, the president comments, they came after he and many others, all of us, saw the allegations of abuse by the Progressive Liberal Party that the administration revealed to us, as it is or appears to be on a witch hunt and going after former PLP parliamentarians. And he went further to say, after a very contentious general election campaign, the country was extremely polarized along political lines. And he stated emphatically, he says, that he and the council support police investigations and the administration of justice wherever it is necessary. However, the investigative process and the administration of justice must always be seen by all to be fair and balanced. So now,
let me just ask a question.
Let
me just ask a question right now. You have a organization, a political party taking over from a previous one. The PLP was in office. Its members were appointed ministers and so forth. You have a new administration, FNM, coming in. If I, for instance, me as a former senior manager of the National Insurance Board, if I took over from another senior manager, of which I suspected there was some shenanigans going on, and I requested an audit, and we came up with certain information which may have implicated that there was some criminality that went on. Who should I go after? Do I go after someone who's been there 20 years ago, or do I predecessor?
Well, talking about going after. Well, once the information is discovered.
Let me take out the word going after, because it gives the appearance that you have
tit for tat,
or you're going after.
Yeah.
But you are uncovering. If there was suspicion that something went wrong or foul, it is not that you deliberately set out to create something, like an instance of, let me liken it to what happened at NIB with Mr. Cargill, for instance. We still don't know what the conclusion of whether that matter is still before court, but remember they came in apparently wanting to have Mr. Cargill removed, and so they laid some charges. They went after, they had an audit that cost almost $1 million, and there was still no conclusion to that.
Well,
what do you call that?
Once you pass the information or your findings on to the minister responsible, he then passes it on to the prime minister and the cabinet, and a decision is made right there and then. We will or we will not turn this over to the Attorney General's office for further prosecution. But they make a determination or a decision right there and then during a cabinet meeting.
But at the end of the day, you had not only that Mr. Cargill's life was destroyed, his family, his credibility and so forth, that you lay hanging in the balance. Is that fair? Is that justice? Shouldn't he had his day in court? Why did that go to a commission as opposed to go to court?
He certainly had the opportunity to pursue justice at his expense.
Well, you see, when you have that, it don't go like that in court. You know, the one who brings the charges usually be in control of the matter. You could want to have it done, but they're not in control. Yeah. The one who laid the charges are the one who have the charge.
And if they say there's no movement,
there's no movement.
There will be that.
Exactly.
That's the way it operates in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So let's go to the phone lines. We have a caller. Let's go to the phone lines. Welcome to Straight Talk. Good afternoon, caller.
Good afternoon. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I hear one special name called this morning. When you first come, you say you get names alike, but he ain't named like that name I hear this morning.
When I first came on?
Yeah, you say some names.
No, I never said that. That was Mr. Albry.
Not like that. Not like that.
Mr. Albry said that.
Okay, well, I mean you. Well, you know what I mean.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
All right.
But I know you're right.
What did you hear?
That's you?
What did you hear?
I hear your name.
And what did you hear my name called for?
I can't remember.
You can't remember?
But I know Darrell called it.
Darrell Miller was handling my name in his mouth?
Now, hold on. He didn't mean like that. He was calling all the names out. I hear your name called. So don't leave Darrell alone. But he's calling all the names out. I even hear the Cole Martin all name called.
Okay. And you can't remember what they called my name for?
That's okay. I ain't got to worry with
Well, let me, since you brought it up, let me disclose.
Yeah, do that for me.
Because I see my name against the Public Disclosure Commission.
Okay.
And apparently I've been appointed to that commission. And I look forward to working on that commission.
I'm happy for you, okay?
Thank you very much.
And my other friend in there, I didn't make a call for him, but he ain't got to worry about that. That's straight.
Well, it's always straight.
That's too straight.
If he is connected, as he is well connected, you know that he is straight.
But that's the whole story. I didn't talk to him.
Okay, very good. And also, well, since you have already let the cat out of the bag.
I didn't cat out of the bag.
Yeah.
Darrell let it out of the bag.
Darrell let it out of the bag.
Okay. Leave me alone. Darrell let it out.
Okay. Well, I mean, you let it out of the bag on this show.
Well, ain't nothing wrong with that.
No, nothing wrong. We were going to mention it later anyway.
You ain't still
since you brought it up now.
You ain't got to hire Reen Mondo. You ain't do nothing. You ain't got to hire Reen Mondo. You ain't do nothing.
All right.
You clear.
Thank you very much.
But I wonder if Reen Mondo want to take, I guess, some cases too. I wonder if he say he's taking cases and free. I wonder if you want to take some cases and get free too.
Well, you can make a deposition to me. You know, I am a justice of the peace and an officer of the court. If you have information, you can bring that to me.
No, I won't hire that.
No, I want you to bring whatever information you have that may lead to charges and conviction. And I would be happy to take the deposition.
You take it free?
Well, I'm not going to charge you for it.
That's very nice. I can get you then. You can hear from me. I'll be calling you
But it has to be credible information.
I hear that. Anyhow, I want to wish my Prime Minister wife to get well. She's sick, all right?
She's not feeling well?
She's not feeling well.
Okay, well.
If she hear me, I want to tell her, our friends, to get well.
We wish her well as well, being the case. And you too, continue to do well.
Yes, I will. And my family. And your family.
Yes.
Like glad you're back. Don't stay up this radio long like that. How you do us. You know, Friday you also come, but I hear you also you are being Freeport.
Yes, we were in the second city, and you know the Freeport. You were a little depressed on what we saw, but we are encouraged that things will be getting better.
I noticed that, and my Prime Minister will be coming night, so you know I can have my TV on all night.
All night?
Yes.
Okay, well, you know he ain't gonna be on all night, but you could have it on all
I'll
night.
have my TV on all night if I, you know.
They may have a replay.
Yeah, but replay, instant replay.
Yes. Well, thank you very much.
And Mr. Sims, how you doing, sir?
Very healthy, very
That's
healthy.
good.
And yourself?
I don't want to make you mad in there.
Not at all, not at all.
Yeah. Now you all take care now.
Okay.
Okay, man.
All right.
326-0271, 326-0271, 326-0272, 326-0272, or 552-7902 is our WhatsApp or text line, 552-7902. And we put a question to you. Do you agree with the suggestion by the Bahamas Christian Council's president that we should use alternative means like commission to hear charges against former parliamentarians regarding their conduct, or should we continue with the charges being sent to the police for them to do the investigation and for them to bring charges? Do you agree or disagree with the suggestion made by the president of the Christian Council? We want to hear from you. Give us your feedback. There was a statement in the Guardian this morning where he has indicated that to shun the appearance of witch hunting, government should consider using commissions to hear and to investigate those charges. But we at Straight Talk said we know that Bahamian people, we have tried commissions before. While they may act as a good soap opera for entertainment, it leads to wastage of public funds, and no one is ever made to account in the court of law for any charges that were brought against them.
Talking food is a very serious thing. See, the process of a deterrent needs to come forward now. Okay, persons, in my view, who are given a privilege to represent segments of the nation, okay, must be held responsible for their actions, okay? And if proven guilty, must face the penalty of the law. And until that begins to happen in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, there will, in my view, continue to be no law, no order like it is today. You can stand on any main street and watch traffic going through a one-way street, knowing that it is the one-way street. You see, the law must not be at the bottom one way and at the top the other way. The law must become the law. That's all I'm saying. If you're guilty, you're guilty. You don't need no commission. If the investigations are completed, the Bahamian people want you. And if you're prosecuted, then you pay the penalty. There's no other way. We've been operating this country like this, our little circus. Okay? It's not a circus. It's a part of a global community. Okay? And we must now take that role as responsible citizens of our nation and not see wrongdoing and turn our eyes when it becomes beneficial to us. And that's been going on for too long. That's why the society is, in my opinion, as corrupt as it is, because of the benefits that come from it.
326-0271, 326-0271, 326-0272, or our WhatsApp line 552-7902, 552-7902. You can WhatsApp or text us. The question we put out for the day: do you disagree with the sentiments of the president of the Christian Council that we should use commissions as opposed to charging persons before the court, as it relates to former politicians on their charges of corruption? Let's go to phone lines. Welcome, Straight Talk. Good afternoon.
Hey, good afternoon, Rev. Good afternoon, Aubrey. How y'all doing, man?
We're doing fine. How are you?
Good afternoon to your guest. Right, Miss name, I apologize.
Senator Sims.
Right. Mr. Sims, how you doing, sir?
Very healthy, thank God.
Okay, I'm glad you're healthy at the age that you are. I have a question for you. Is the Prime Minister of the Bahamas is still collecting rent for that building on Collins Avenue?
He does not own a building on Collins Avenue.
So why he's collecting rent for it?
Where's the building?
Where's the building?
No, hold on. If you're going to let the chip fall far from the block right now.
No, we want to help you. Tell me, where is the building and what is the name of the building?
It's the same building
that you are talking
former
about.
Governor. It's the same building that the governor is rent. The former governor is used to rent. That does the scam and everything.
All right, listen to this.
Okay, come on, man. Let's be real
about it.
But you must be factual in your statements.
Caller, let me help you out. The Minister of Health, Dr. Dwayne Sands, told us yesterday that although the contract between the Public Hospitals Authority and StatCare, a company beneficially... Can I finish?
Go ahead.
Thank you very much.
If you listen, you'll know what you're talking about next time.
A company beneficially owned by Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis has been terminated. The Public Hospitals Rehabilitation Center, a neurodevelopmental clinic, still operate in the StatCare building to date.
So
the minister said,
listen,
the contract has been terminated. They are moving. They are moving into a new building. They are still in the building called StatCare.
He is committing a criminal.
The lease for the building.
He is the Prime Minister of the Bahamas.
If you give me,
we can't let you talk. Accuse the Prime Minister.
The lease
having
for the building,
committing any criminal act.
Stopped.
We won't be a part of that.
2007. And the management director of the Public Hospitals Authority, Mr. Herbert Brown, said they were unable to identify a suitable replacement facility, and therefore they continued on a month-to-month basis. And Dr. telling us that a decision was made several months ago to move the facility to another building that they have yet to identify.
So it's a caller saying that, well, again, what I understand that the Prime Minister was in violation, but what I'm understanding,
yes,
okay, is the former government must be responsible for setting up this violation.
Well, this former government.
Because the former government. Okay, the former governments are responsible, and not the Prime Minister.
This is old political propaganda.
Yeah,
he is regurgitating and.
Yeah, but there's straight talk too, so we got to talk straight.
Yeah, we're talking straight. The fact is, as my colleague read, Dr. Dwayne Sands has released made a release regarding that issue, and the contract was terminated. There is no. He asks who is the owner. There is no question that a company owned by the Prime Minister is the owner of the building.
Yes.
All right. So that's the facts.
But if you have the satisfactory service, you're saying that service shouldn't be rendered to the Bahamian people. That reminds me of the story, the fellow with the road and the fellow with the tar.
No. You remember there was a question raised to a former minister of the Progressive Liberal Party, regarding some funds that they helped a constituent.
Okay. Yes.
And they say if they had a chance, they'll do it again.
They did again.
Huh? They felt they were doing a good service.
The woman needed help. The child needs help.
And they did it.
The government got the money, so they
the means in which they did it may have been not.
They didn't get approval.
They didn't get approval. It was illegal.
Yes,
but they did it, and they said they'll do it again.
Did it again. So is that breaking the law?
Breaking the law again. What I'm trying to bring clarity.
The hypocrisy that is spewed and is put in the public domain. See, what is good for the goose has to be good for the gander.
Yeah, but
we cannot continue to perpetuate the illegality, the way we continue to squander and waste public funds at the assertion that we're doing some good. Things must be done in decency and in order.
Yeah,
we are a nation of laws. And so we ought to do things properly, procedure, policies, and the law.
Yeah. But you see, what I'm trying to get clear, and this really needs to become clear, is that if Stack Care was engaged for rendering service to the public, okay?
But
then go ahead.
Senator, we're not going to waste more time on that, okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Issue, and that's a settled matter.
And
we're not going to let that caller distract us from what we're doing. All right.
They're moving out of the building.
Yeah.
They're moving out of the building.
They're moving out of the building.
Yes, sir.
And that's it. All right. Now, I want to deal with before we're going to take our final break. So let's take that break now before I begin on it, because I want to deal with something that the leader of the opposition has criticized his member of parliament, Frank Zuma.
That's going to get twisted.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
He's a newbie.
Yeah, newbie.
You mean he's criticizing the future leader of the PLP?
Yeah, so we're going to deal with that. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in, this is Straight Talk. I'm your host, Greg Colley, along with my co-host, Martin Aubrey, and Senator Derek Sims. And a couple of notes here, Senator. He says, Senator, I'm sorry, but we cannot separate state from government. Tell BEC not to turn the power off tonight. And C, the Prime Minister. So keep the BPL, keep the light on.
State and government are two different entities. State and government is not a mixture.
We're coming back after we hear from our sponsors. This is Straight Talk.
There is only one pharmacy in Nassau that never says no and offers you great service. Doc's Pharmacy in the Ridgeland Mall for all of your pharmaceutical and prescription needs. At Doc's Pharmacy, great service is more than just giving prices. Filling your prescription is easy. Just call 322-3627 today. Doc's Pharmacy in the Ridgeland Mall, Robinson Road. The pharmacy that never says no.
For fast and efficient appraisals of homes, vacant land, and businesses, your choice should be First Choice Appraisal and Real Estate Sales. Contact broker appraiser Gregory Colley for all your real estate sales and appraisals. Call 422-3010, 565-8896, or 341-0582 for listings of vacant land, residential and commercial properties, and all your appraisal needs.
LRD Construction has a proven track record as a general building and construction company. Its remarkable team is ready to provide quality and proficient service on projects big or small. LRD Construction can handle large commercial sites, new homes, apartments, condominiums, townhouses, home improvements, renovations, additions, and alterations. Call LRD Construction at 327-3769 or 433-6166. West Winds, Love Beach. That's LRD Construction.
It's a family affair, an event you don't want to miss. Yes, it's that time of the year again for the 6th annual Bishop Edward Mystic JP Memorial Back to School Fun Run Walk. It's on Saturday, August 12th at 6 a.m., beginning at First Holiness Church of God, Bamboo Town. This exciting event has been going on for the past 5 years. There will be health screening following the race, and trophies will be awarded to the top male and female finishers in each age division. This year's grand prize is a $250 travel gift certificate. For more information on the 6th annual Bishop Edward Mystic JP Memorial Back to School Fun Run Walk, contact race organizers at 341-0582, 424-0594, or 395-4656. We want to see you at the finish line.
The best tasting roasted peanuts in the whole wide world are Nature's Gifts Roasted Peanuts. Proprietor Derek Sims applies his personal touch by roasting peanuts to perfection. Get your peanuts in light, medium, and dark. Call 431-7710 to place your order. Roasted peanuts on Market Street and Bacardi Road. Peanut!
Extra, extra, read all about it. Sammy's Chicken, $5.99 special.
Sammy's Chicken does it again. For a limited time only, it's the $5.99 Thigh Snack Special.
I tell you.
Sammy's $5.99 Thigh Snack Special comes with a 12-ounce Coke, VAT included.
See, I don't lie.
For a limited time only, Sammy's Chicken, Robinson Road, Carmichael Road, East Street South, Farrington Road, and the newly reopened Prince Charles location. Sammy's Chicken.
Want to reach your target audience? Advertise here at Global Radio 99.5. We hit the mark every time. This is Straight Talk with Gregory Colley. Call in and participate at 326-0271 on Global Radio 99.5 FM.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to our final segment of Straight Talk. We want to thank you for your participation thus far. We have a question out there, and we need you to respond. Give us your response. Do you agree with the suggestion made by the president of the Christian Council, Bishop Delton Fernanda, who suggesting to the government that they
use other tools.
Use other tools that are available to the government,
like Commission of Inquiry.
Like Commission of Inquiry. Do you agree or disagree with what the president is suggesting? Given our past history of Commission of Inquiry, they have resulted in nothing but a waste of time, entertainment, and that was it. Ask George Smith. You can't ask former Prime Minister Mr. Lyndon Pinlin. Ask some other characters who have been found wanting by the commissions, and they
ask Philip Bethel.
There's another question.
Rule.
Yeah, we could ask a lot of people.
Ask a lot of people.
And so, if that's the route we want to go, we want to waste people time.
They'll tell you.
Let us know what you think.
I don't recall.
I cannot recall.
Here is some a note here. Hi, gents. See why having too much lawyers in one party is dangerous. Allison. Oh, that's a previous text. Sorry. I disagree. Nothing comes out of commission. This person is disagreeing with your suggestion, Mr. Brennan. And they are suggesting that I don't know if I can read that, but they're suggesting that the president is a PLP, but I don't know about that.
Okay. He can be what he wants to be.
Yeah.
This is a free country.
Yes.
He has the free will. Choose.
Well, let us know what you think.
Yes.
So far, we've had 3 callers that they disagree with the suggestion by the president of the Christian Council. We want to know what you think. Is it a good suggestion? Should the government use other tools available to it, like commissions, to deal with this matter of corruption, or should they proceed to let the chips fall where they may and let the police do the investigations? We have another phone call. Welcome to Straight Talk. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
Great. Let me first congratulate you and Derek Sims for your appointment. and secondly, it doesn't have he's strict now. He ain't gonna run much.
Help me. Caller.
Thank you very much.
Caller. Let's get together on this now. Straight talk. Take some credit for this. We have an airport authority.
Yes.
Former Senator, the Honorable Mr. Derek Sims.
Yes.
His name appears number 3 in line on this paper.
I mean, he's a big cherry-bound judge.
Thank you very much. On the airport authority, Mr. James Pinder, Mr. John Wilson, Mr. James Pinder is the chairman, Mr. John Wilson, deputy chairman, Mr. Derek Sims, Mr. Ellis Major, Mr. Pat Roll, Ms. Pernetta Burrows, Mr. Nesbitt Higgins. They're on the airport authority. And here's the big one. They tell me they picking low-hanging fruit. Now we can pick some high fruit. Public Disclosure Commission. The chairman, Mr. Miles LaRoda.
Deputy chairman.
The second name on the list, Mr. Greg Colley. Reverend T.G. Morrison.
Yes.
So, Straight Talk will join you in congratulating my 2 colleagues here this afternoon on their appointments as members of statutory boards for the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Here.
Now,
thank you.
Just so that I settle any perception that that you may be suggesting that I may be
the deputy chairman.
I'm sure that list is done in alphabetical order, and C comes before M.
Well,
make no mistake about it. Make no mistake about it. Caller, Public Disclosure Commission. At the top, it says Mr. Miles LaRoda, chairman.
No question about that.
Is Mr. Greg Colley.
Yes.
And then Reverend T.G. Morrison.
Yeah, who will pray and keep the spirit inside the place.
Absolutely. Make sure things are done in decency and order.
Yes.
And that all and sundry by law must comply.
Yes.
That's all we say.
Well, as far as what Dalton Fernandez said, I don't think I want to answer that. But listen, if that's the case, then you don't need to have the police at all. If you don't trust your police to investigate and do whatever they need to do, then why have them? So I mean,
well, I don't think he's suggesting that you can't trust them, but he's saying we should not go to that extreme. That you should use commission. Don't lock them. Don't lock up the former member of parliament.
One more time. Philip Brave Davis and others are trying to get to Dr. Minnis to let him know, Chief, we humbly request that you stop these things now. They are picking the low fruit. We do not want to reach any higher.
Well, okay, but then let's suspend the low fruit for a little while and go higher, and then come back to low fruit then.
All right.
That's what we want.
All right.
But I know this is quite calm today. The water you only they drink the bad water today, so maybe after 4 we have some bad water. There and Martin, what do you say?
Congratulations! It's time to celebrate.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm honored to be of service to my country, and it's my hope that I'll be able to do the best that I'm able to. Thank you very much.
Well, likewise, wherever I am privileged to serve, of course, I will do my very best through the help of the Lord, and to be as fair and resolute as possible to carry out my duties. So I'm privileged and humbled that I've been selected to serve my country in whatever capacity that they feel that I can make a contribution.
Yes,
but I want to say that does not stop my boldness and my frankness of Straight Talk 2 and 4, the Bahamian public.
Well, I would want to congratulate a couple of
Caller, are you still there?
Yeah.
a couple of my friends. Yes, caller.
But I understand all that, but like I said, you have these commissions. The question is who you can use to do the investigation. You can investigate yourself, or you still need the police, because the police is appointed by the state or whatever. They represent the Queen. Their job is to carry out the law. First of all, the police investigate, and then the Attorney General prosecute. So it can't go either. The police investigate, the court make decision. It's plain and simple as that. Nothing else, nothing further. My view is let the law take its course.
So where does this phrase "witch hunting" come into play?
Well, I suppose because they've been hunted so long, and they forget where the witch was. Now the witch come and look at them.
I couldn't have put it better.
I say if there are witches, then you must hunt them.
But gentlemen, I have a couple of more friends that I want to say congratulations to this afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
And these people are on the Public Parks and Public Beaches Authority. Mr. Shannon Don Cartwright, Member of Parliament for the new St. Barnabas constituency, is the chairman. Then my good friend, Pat Strawn, Ms. Astra Rule, Mr. Dick Brown, and Mr. Godfrey Brown, along with Mr. Danny Sumner. So I want to say congratulations to those gentlemen and that lady who are a part of the Public Parks and Public Beaches Authority. And I want Mr. Shannon Don Cartwright to know that he is going to be a very busy man in the next couple of hours.
Yeah, let's get the country clean up.
All right. Thank you very much, caller.
All right.
We got another call. To the phone line, we have a call from outside the Bahamas. Welcome, Straight Talk. Good afternoon, caller. Go ahead, caller.
Greg, how are you?
I'm doing great. How about you?
How are you, Greg?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. Martin Albury.
Good afternoon.
I'm doing good. How are you, Martin?
I'm fine. Good afternoon.
Go ahead, caller. Go ahead, caller.
I said, Greg, man, you have to speak.
Uh-huh.
I said, we have to talk off air, Greg.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I have something of the utmost importance that I would like to discuss with you before I drop the bomb.
Okay.
You know what I mentioned to you the other day.
Yes, okay.
Okay?
Okay.
But
could you call me immediately after the show?
I read with interest. Yeah, I'm going to do just that. I read with interest.
Mm-hmm.
I read with interest where the FNM chairman was based in the PLP chairman. But you know, Greg, we got to be real these days, you know. We got to be real, man. And Martin, let me just say for the record, Sydney is my brother.
Hello?
All right, let's move on.
But he's not a good talker. But I'm going to leave that just so that I am happy to see that the board are now being appointed. But I'm disappointed that you and Greg name is in there, Martin. I'm highly disappointed.
Well, where have you been looking? Have you seen the Have you seen the entire 104 boards and statutory committees? Have you seen them all?
No, Martin.
Because I've just finished congratulating Bishop Colley and Senator Derek Sims on their appointments to the Airport Authority and the Public Disclosure Commission.
So which one is Greg going to?
That should change.
I didn't hear you clearly on that.
Pardon me?
I didn't hear you clearly. Public disclosure. Oh, Mr. Sims, how are you?
Very well, sir.
Bishop Colley.
Sorry, didn't recognize that you were in the studio. Sorry about that. Yeah, Greg, hats off to you and congrats, but I'm still a bit disappointed. And let me just say it. I feel as if Thomas Sims and Martin, that persons who have served in capacity in which Greg and Martin has served. Martin and broadcasting and Greg from NIB, you know, I honestly feel as if though it was no more than fair considering the treatment that Gregory Colley has gotten at the hands of the former minister. You know, I think it would have been no more than fair that he should have been appointed the chairman of the NIB board. And Martin, I honestly feel the same way about you for that, and that's because journalism is steep in your blood, and there isn't much that you don't know the ins and outs about it. And we in the F&M, it's about high time that we look out for those foot soldiers who was there with us from the get-go and stop pandering to a select few and giving them everything that every time the F&M comes in power, it's always a select few. They always get all of the goodies and the foot soldiers get none. And I feel as if though it's time for that foolishness to change. If you notice what the PLP does, man, the PLP just look after their foot soldiers, you know. Only the F&M who just throw their foot soldiers to the side and then come looking for us one bigger up when it's time for election. That foolishness gotta stop, man. I would definitely give you a call, Greg.
But yeah, well, caller, I'm flattered and humbled that you think that I should have been the chairman of National Insurance, but I'm happy that I'm not the chairman of National Insurance Board and that I was not considered. I'm not at all feel slighted by that. I know I could have made more contribution to NIB, but I will have the same energy, the same excitement and commitment to the Public Disclosure Commission. In fact, I will feel more challenged on that commission. Anybody who knows me knows that I'm a straight up fair person, and I like to see things done in accordance with established rules and regulations, and that I will not waver in my duty and my commitment to that commission. So I'm happy to serve wherever the government feels.
There's no doubt.
Yeah.
There's no doubt, Greg. And
there are quite a.
Let me just say, congratulations to both you and Mr. Sims. There's no doubt that you guys would serve with distinction. I mean, I'm talking about with integrity and above. I go on the record and say above everyone else in terms of when it comes to doing the right thing and making the right decision. I have the utmost confidence in you and Mr. Derek Sims. And like I tell you, you know, that same Mr. Sims who's in the studio today, he is one of the persons that I tell you, I mean, honestly, I always idolize after him in terms of the speeches and the commitment and the zeal that he had back in 1992 when we was trying to get rid of the Pinland era. I mean, that same Bulgy, Alan Jim Allen, but of course, you know, Mr. Allen, in my view, is a political time code, and, you know, it seems as if to a lot of us, you know, we tend to sing for our supper, and I say that with no apologies.
Mm-hmm. All right.
But I am happy for you. I am happy for you, Mr. Sims, and
don't worry about
Lord guide you all.
Don't worry about Martin Aubrey. He's in good hands, eh?
I know Martin would be taken care of. He'll be taken care of one way or another, but it is still disappointing, you know, because when you have persons, and Greg, we cannot shy away from that. Martin, we cannot shy away from that. Mr. Sims, we cannot shy away from that. When you have persons who put everything that they believe in on the line for a particular political party, and then they get sideswiped and don't get anything, you have to feel some kind of way, even if you do not disclose your displeasure about it. You have to feel some kind of way. But Martin, I would ask you to elaborate on that. Everything is blessed, my friend.
Take it easy. Call me right after the show, eh?
Right after the show, Greg.
All right. Take care. God bless. All right, let's.
Can we get to Mr. Davis?
Yeah, because time is running out on us. We can get to Mr. Davis.
Mr. Davis and Mr. Cooper.
Davis calls Cooper critique a newbie's assessment. A newbie's assessment. That's what Mr. Davis had to say regarding Mr. Cooper's assessment of the PLP's loss, likening Exumas and Ragged Island MP Chester Cooper to a child and describing his scathing review of the Progressive Liberal Party's PLP 2017 general election loss as a newbie's assessment. Opposition leader Philip Brave Davis has admitted that some of Cooper's comments were true. Last month, Cooper charged that the party lost the election because it protected the interests of party over the interests of the nation, and urged party members to make a sincere and humble apology and repentance to its supporters and the country. He has since come under heavy fire from some PLPs for his comments. Others have agreed with him. During an address to PLPs at Yamakura branch meeting on Monday night, Davis said Chester has gotten some criticism for his dissection of the general elections aftermath. For my part, I call it a newbie's assessment. Do any of you have children who, no matter how well you think you are doing, they tell you the truth? They give it to you straight. You may be upset in the first instance, but when you look at circumstances with their optics, you see it even if the light is painfully bright. Notwithstanding that light, Chester's chief summation is true. Davis quoted Cooper, echoing that despite our shortcomings, history will judge us fairly. We helped many, we tackled key issues, we left the Bahamas as a whole better than it was in 2012. Well, Mr. Davis, I'm sure the general public disagrees with that. That's why they kick you out of office.
He was quoting Mr. Cooper.
The PLP, well, both of them. That's not what the Bahamian people say.
No, I'm telling you.
The PLP interim leader added, still, our work must start from the foundation and now. This is the age of social media. Whoever gets the best message, the best alternatives for good governance out faster and clearest will win in 2022. The road ahead is not an easy one. That is why our leadership team will embark on a listening tour. In the coming months, we will constructively engage our Bahamians from Abaco in the north to Inagua in the south. Hear your demand to be fully engaged every step of the way. As such, we go back to the basics, carrying out this exercise that is critical to servant leadership. The PLP has hired a foreign political strategy expert to analyze and report on why the party lost the May 10 general election. Well, Mr. Davis, what Mr. Cooper said and Philip Galanda say you ain't need to hire nobody. We didn't tell you why you lost. We gave it to you straight. Save that money. Now, Mr. Davis has indicated that they are going on a listening tour. Well, we know that the Progressive Liberal Party is not good on listening. They are good on being our masters, according to Fred Mitchell. And they will return. Their aim and objective is to return to be our political masters. Not to listen to us, you know. They didn't listen to us over the 5 years. You remember? They never listen. They say they're going to govern us. They're going to rule us. So I don't know how much listening that they're going to listen to. Whether they will really truly listen. What you need is repentance and admission that you've done some things wrong. Apologize to the Bahamian people, and maybe that's a good start. But as long as you remain defiant and adamant that you did everything correctly, you did no wrong, there was no sin committed, then I don't think the Bahamian people will believe that you will indeed listen to them this time. Again, our question of the day, the president of the Christian Council has suggested that the government use other methods available to it, like commissions, to pursue its objective of stamping out corruption, as opposed to using the police and the courts. What do you say? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let us know. We want to hear from you. 326-0271, 326-0271, 326-0272, 326-0272, or you can WhatsApp or text us at 552-7902. That's 552-7902. And I have a text here says, let the police do their job. Gentlemen.
I'd like to take this opportunity to remind the Bahamian public to stay tuned at
8 o'clock
tonight for the address from the Honorable Prime Minister, Dr. Hubert Minnis, and let us hear what he has to say and how we can best participate in the process moving forward.
Yes. Thank you very much.
You're summing up. We're going to get a couple of minutes.
That's it.
That's it for you?
Yes, sir. This is the prophet calling, to give his views.
Well,
but,
well, we could hear a summation from prophet, and we'd like to hear his take on it. Let's go to the phone lines. Welcome to Straight Talk. Good afternoon.
Straight Talk.
How are you?
How are you all doing?
Wonderful.
Good. I am not going to do no long talking, but I do not agree with the Christian Council.
All right.
I don't agree.
You don't think it was the commission?
No, sir. It's a time and waste of money. Let the chips fall where they may. We have some smart policemen in this town. Super do job. Let them do the job. The government is doing great. And I'm pleased.
All right.
That's it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
God bless. All right. Senator Sims.
Yeah. We got to get ready. Get ready for the new part, for a new direction for Bahama land. We must have the vision to create the possibilities for the next generation, for whether we realize it or not, whether we want to acknowledge it or not. The baton must be passed on to the future generation, and however we can repair it to make the situation better is what needs to be done now.
Well, my final word is this. Is the leader of the Progressive Liberal Party, Mr. Philip Brave Davis, on a poisonous path? Is he delusional? Is he now in a state of desperation? Because while he reigned as all-powerful and untouchable only a few months ago, LPs like Philip Brave Davis, interim leader of the PLP, which is now in shambles, and apparently a rejected brand, he's today grasping for relevance, and he's seeking to get the government to stop the political persecution and the intimidation that is going on. But he wants of any future PLP parliamentarian to be averted, because following the arrest of former Environment Minister Kenred Dorset, the former Public Hospitals Authority Chairman Frank Smith, Mr. Davis, and others went into high gear, alleging that the PLPs are being targeted as a part of a witch hunt. Well, we'll have to see whether what they're saying is right or whether it's wrong. Because at some time in the near future, I think in the case of both men, in August, they will come back to court. And that is where the evidence in these cases will prove whether or not the police, the Office of the Attorney General, or the government was on any kind of a hunt. And I'm going to leave it there until we meet again, God willing, on Free Talk Friday. Good afternoon.
Well, gentlemen, this wraps up another edition of Straight Talk. And let's read it. So the POP promises payback should they win the government. My question is, so what? Shouldn't they be coming forward with information for the police about any of the FNM members or supporters they have evidence on? Why sweep these things under the carpet? Maybe they don't realize it yet that the people want the rip-off artists to pay for their crimes like the average man or woman does. If there are allegations of impropriety and evidence is at hand, I say go for it, Mr. Davis.
We could have been past this stage very long time ago had he done what he said he was going to do.
Yes.
I said I was leaving it alone, you know. You want to carry on with this afternoon?
Well,
because if the previous prime minister had gone on with what he said he was going to do,
we're going to take that up on Friday.
He would not be here
in this position today. Yes.
As he said, he had the information.
Mm-hmm.
He had the information.
But all he was doing is bluffing.
But he was satisfied with the election victory.
Yeah.
So you got to understand that. That's from a different school of thought.
Yeah.
Let's see where this school takes us.
Yeah. Once again, we want to thank all of our callers for your telephone calls, your well wishes this afternoon to Senator Sims, myself, and of course, pretty soon you will be echoing those to my colleague. But we will just stay tuned. Stay tuned. Thank you for your telephone calls, your text messages. This has been Straight Talk. We want to say thank you to our producer and engineer, to my colleagues, Senator Sims and Martin Albury. Today's show has been brought to you by Doc's Pharmacy, located Robertson Road, by Master Assist, located Village Road, by Nature's Gifts Fresh Roasted Peanuts, located Market Street South, by Sammy's Chicken, 5 locations to choose from, by First Choice Appraisals and Sales, by Geneva Brass Seafood, located Eden Street off Farrington Road, and by the 6th Annual Bishop Edward Mizik Memorial Back to School Fun Run Walk. Once again, we want to say thank you very much, and I remind you to stay tuned to this evening at 8 p.m. the national address by the Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, the Honorable Dr. Hubert Alexander Minnis. This has been Straight Talk. Good afternoon. We'll see you Friday, God's willing.